Hey, what's up, y'all? How y'all doing today? It's your boy Z-Rex. We coming at you live. What is it? It's like mid-October something. 18th, I think. Yes, it is the 18th of 2021. Let's talk about some price action. Everybody's so excited. Oh my god. The ETF. It's coming tomorrow. I think it's only going to be $40. What a way to really represent a Bitcoin price. It's going to be confusing as hell. Anyway, market didn't seem to give two shits about any of that. Hopefully it doesn't keep adding fuel to that being a sell the news type event. Very well could be. Price still looks pretty good so far, but that's just something I'm very weary of right now, especially after I read the prospectus too on the ProShares thing, and it's a crappy like commodity ETF, and one not like a trust one where they actually like a gold one where they actually have the physical gold or whatever, and it's representing the holdings in that. But no, this is just off the futures, which we know, and USO and other things that are based like that. VIX is probably a really nasty one for this example, but they are built in a way where they just pretty much keep rolling the contracts and mostly take losses. If you've ever seen like a VIX or commodity chart ETF that's based off of futures, that contango just bleeds money out because there's something called a cost to carry, right? So it is based off of that kind of model. And VXX is going to be like the most extreme version. I'm not going to say like this bad, but you can see like over time it just goes down because the cost of carry is so much. And VIX, it's really high. It's probably like 1,500-ish, give or take, some hundreds every month just to hold the contract long. So, and it's set up in that kind of way where there's lots of reverse splits and other stuff. I don't know. I'm not a fan of it, which y'all probably already could tell. Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm talking about right now, Mr. Joe. And I don't think a lot of people know about any of that kind of stuff. That's what we're just sharing about. Like USO has reverse split a few times, and I mean, look at this. It's just down, 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 down. It's not good really at all. Kind of sucks. So yay, derivatives on top of derivatives, but Binance and FTX and all these other ones, they're bad. But only we can do that game, is what they say. Kind of silly, whatever. But yeah, so that's just something that's concerning to me. I was just kind of skimming through that prospectus and noticed that it was just built that way and was like, oh God. Well, I was already skeptical, and that just really made me most skeptical. But whatever, who cares? Price is being okay right now, so price is king, and that's what we care about. So let's go talk about price. Right now we've got continuation on Bitcoin dominance, just killing it still. We're looking for this to get broke, about the 49 handle. If 49 breaks, man, it's going to be real serious for some Bitcoin pumpage. And as we talked about too, when this was forming down here last month, it does have kind of this H pattern on this long-term chart for the daily. And those are usually hard to short into, and it's acting just, which is weird because it's just a dominance chart, but it's acting just like a normal asset would against this. And if that does close above this like 48.5, 49 area, man, Bitcoin might be ripping some faces off. So I don't know. It's a little bit interesting of a chart. Let's go to Bitcoin while we're talking about it. Little Mama Bear, what are you doing, Mama Bear? Oh, look, no hype today. All the hype Friday, and coming into that announcement that week, no hype today. Boring. I guess it's getting sucked out already. We'll see what how tomorrow goes. I would not be surprised. I'm not trading this or anything, but something that's just for shits and gigs. Just seeing a very small incremental high, because we're not even barely like 5, 6, 7% or something. It's like single digits to a new high. Just getting up there and then kind of just keep chopping sideways without any real momentum. If we start doing that after this ETF is traded, especially after this week, because it's only going to be for like 4 days. If we start doing that and we just chop fest up here, oh my gosh, I'm going to be real nervous about further upside. But that's just kind of like my gut feeling. Of course, like I said, I'm not going to be trading it off of that. But yeah, we're going to wait for price to tell us what's up. And right now, the low time frames, price is still doing cool things. So can't get too mad about it. Bulls are stepping in pretty strong, buying dips, all that good stuff, rallying on the 21 with only one little breach here. It never opened and closed below it, just a little close with immediate follow through. That's why I always really like open and closes. It helps you prevent lots of bullshit fake outs for future stuff. And anyway, so this looks fine, still above about 59-ish, 58, just say the 58,000 handle. It looks fine. I mean, there's nothing too crazy yet. And yeah, we could probably go into the 3-hour and lower crack time frame stuff. But pretty much, I don't even like to use those. For crypto, I like the daily, the 458. If I really want to get granular, I do go to crack time frames, and I'll use the 7-minute, which is very rare. But that's mostly to see like how long something was at a low. Is what I use that for. But anyway, mostly just 458 daily and weekly. So keeps it simple. But yeah, this looks fine until we kind of start getting into the 58,000 handle. Then I'd start to be a little concerned. Let's see what futures did today. Pretty inside candle, pretty whatever, no momentum, pretty meh. It's not bad, it's not good, it's just meh, just whatever. See what happens tomorrow. ETH getting a little, we close in a couple hours. If it closed like this, I'd be a little bit concerned, because this would be a little bit lower of a close off 2 dojis, and I really don't like this candle from 2 days ago. That's the one to me that looks super ugly, coming up on these highs and just kind of rejecting it. And if it closed down like this, it'd be a little concerning for Ethereum. This little sideways chop and technically very, very slight C hair, lower highs and lower lows, but it is there. So on the 458, you can even actually see it on the DMI down here. We are getting a little bit of pressure from the bears on Ethereum, which isn't that surprising because the bears have been pushing on Ethereum for a while Bitcoin's been rallying. It's only really caught up in the last few days, and it seems to be getting a little bit heavy already. I would actually kind of lean extremely neutral on this now, not even bullish anymore until we got back above about 3850. 3,900, but below all this business right here with the 458 and then the DMI trying to creep in, be a little cautious of maybe a retesting into the upper 35s. Kind of looks like it's in the cards. Doesn't mean the structure is breaking down, but it's getting a little bit heavy on the medium low time frames. Daily still is okay, nothing too crazy about the daily, kind of just ratcheting up the EMAs. Oh, futures coming. I mean, could it get any closer to the stupid trend line? Both days, today and yesterday. Not super sexy, but just kind of the same thing, taking out these lows. Same kind of pattern as spot price. Not quite as much momentum. It's definitely very dominant on the spot price versus futures. So a little bit of difference there. Let's see, Litecoin. If Litecoin could close a daily above 192-ish, man, an open and close above there, that would I would be looking probably for 230 on that if it did. It might end up being like this candle back here, but yeah, I mean, this does look pretty good on Litecoin. Bulls are really trying to keep this one bid up. I do like this slow grind, just kind of slowly taking its time, making higher lows, higher highs. So I do like that. You know, it is in a tight range, kind of in the middle of this 175, 190 area. So until it gets out of that, I would just lean cautiously bullish on this. And then I get mega bullish on that daily over 191. XRP just not getting no love. I don't like this chart, really. It's not my favorite. Bears trying to get dominance here. This needs to be worked out by the XRP camp. Brad needs to go cook up some fresh garlic bread because this is not just doing its thing here, just kind of meh. But really, until it gets below $1, you can't get too bearish on this. So just kind of in this weird little no man land zone between like 114 and like 105-ish. Oh, we got some follow through on XLM. Very nice. It made this beautiful type flag pattern we were watching. Looking for some expansion out of this range. Looks like we got it. Retest, more expansion. So XLM is being one of the better players right now, even the lower time frames are looking pretty damn sexy as well. Man, my internet's taking a little while to load today. We are at major resistance, so we did get the pop that we were kind of looking for into the middle of this range, right at about 40 pennies. So now the next stop is really going to have to be an open and close above about 43 cents. We get up over there, then I would look for probably the top of this next range at about 54-ish cents. So not too shabby. And downside, what would I be looking for? Because we don't want to forget that you lose like 30. Man, even after this pump, even losing like 35 cents is not good. Probably test back down in the lower 30s. ETC, terrible. This looks like garbage. Garbage chart. Not getting no love on all this rallying. Come on. Let's go, Charles. What are you doing with your life? Now it's holding on by dear life, I guess, is what he is doing. Holding on as hard as he can at 51 bucks. Anything back below 51, I'd be looking for pretty much low 40s on this guy. And conversely, upside about 56-ish, and then maybe the underbelly of this trend line would be the target, because this is some pretty good consolidation. This is squeezing a lot, so once this does break out of the range, it is going to probably move more to the extreme sides of the range. Oh, DOT still looking pretty good. You know that DOT? Yeah, above 39, I ain't got no issues with it. I don't like that the bulls couldn't make a higher high right here, so that I don't like that. That is on the lower time frames. Actually, on the daily so far, you know, it's not anything if it's just one day, but we start just keep closing candles under 43 bucks. It's not that great. I think any price action below 38.70 at all probably comes in tests. Maybe like the 30, 33 range kind of is what I'm guessing there. Yeah, nothing here either. Yeah, I don't know. This is kind of bullshit. What is this? It's like symmetrical at the end of here, which I don't know if you want to call this a descending triangle, symmetrical, or really extended flag. I mean, it's all kinds of confused. I mean, even look at the weeklies. I mean, yeah, I don't know. I guess it's okay above like $2, but kind of funky that it's not getting no love in this rally. And bears are showing slight dominance on DMI daily as well, and also on the lower time frames. So just kind of boring, especially for Cardano to do so good earlier. Link, blah, whatever. Don't even care about it. Y'all can see this stupid tight range it's in. Moving on. EOS, same boat. Garbage, middle of the range. Anything back below 420? Hell yeah. It's probably going to 360. And anything above, it needs to really clear like 475. And then maybe we can get to $5. But I don't know. It's just kind of whatever. BCH. Almost reset and looking good. Almost. Not quite, though. Let's look at this real quick. Yeah, it's okay. Confusing. So kind of in the same vein as the previous few. So right in the middle of this longer term range. Just kind of nothing really there. BSV. So BSV was looking really good. I thought we were going to get a little bounce off of this level. We might still get it into this weekend, but it is starting to breach this. Let's zoom in a little bit. Yeah, it is starting to breach this like definitively, and we do have vol flashes up here. So there is a move quickly coming. What bulls need to do from this is they just need to just hammer this bitch about 10% and get back above this line with a nice engulfing green dilly right up the bear's booty holes, and that would probably get us to test, I bet, close to $200. But if I think price goes below 160 at all on pretty much any time frame, it's not going to look very good for BSV and Mr. Craig, and maybe we get down to like 150 if that happens. XMR, man, look at this, getting grinded by that trend line that's going to pop up. There it is, getting grinded down by it, pulped it out. You really see this on the daily, just gross. And now we're even threatening to close below this little mama saucer and below every EMA. So this is pretty shitty. No way to really sugarcoat that one. ZEC actually had a nice pump yesterday. Today it is putting a little doji. Not surprising right here at this attempted breakout by the bulls before the continuation. And so this is definitely a pretty serious spot here at about 140-ish. Really need to do an open and close above this level for me to get bullish. We kind of did get the price already stuck up to the 200. So an interesting rejection. I'd really want to see it open and close on a daily at minimum above 140 on this for continuation. Dash, man, super squeezed up. All the EMAs are within like 20 bucks, 30 bucks. This is super tight, man. Dangerous until it breaks out of this little consolidation. Oh, Doge actually trying to do something today, but look, it's getting rejected again after a nice pump. Really nice pump. Almost 20%, and this is where I like to use the 7 minutes. 20% and just absolutely brutalized. It almost did most of that run just in an hour or two. Yeah, not pretty, man. It is going to close possibly above 24 cents. So I will say that that will be the prettiest thing. It just sucks that this body came all the way back inside where all these other bodies are. So not super definitive. We'll see what's up. It is trying to get out of this little trend line, but it's definitely squeezing. I mean, hey, at least it's still getting bid up off the 20s. So off the low 20s, that is. 458 technically closed above it, went right to the 28 level, or 27 level, and getting rejected. I guess maybe if it could hold like 24, 23 and a half cents for the next, like, rest of this week, maybe that'll look pretty good. So it's not the worst thing. Oh man, dude, this thing just keeps dumping and pumping intraday. You can see these tails, man, are big. I mean, that's a 25% tail. This is a 22% tail. I mean, they're pretty much all 10. And even when you're going back and through here, this thing is just not super liquid. So it's got all these big, 7, 10% tails and wicks all over the place. But, I mean, bulls are trying to get in there, but they ain't doing a very good job. Richard Hart is dumping on these effers, man. He's like, oh, I got to get out of here sometime. I mean, and you could really start to see it. We're talking about this live on stream, too. You could really start to see this. And I'm not saying that to be like, oh, yeah, we're right. I'm more saying it so, maybe you can learn too and then do it yourself and then never watch me again. That'd be cool, whatever. But anyway, you start seeing this lower highs on the medium time frames and then it creeps into the daily as well, a couple weeks later. And then we really break out of this consolidation range. And it's just been pretty crappy ever since then. So, I mean, we already hit 21, breaking out of this. We were looking for 24, 25, and then a bounce, and then probably work our way down to 17 to 20. So still kind of looks like we're just kind of targeting really the 200 here is what I'm doing. So still got a little bit of ways to go to that. Pretty nasty. I mean, because this is about almost 50% haircut now. Them Hexicans are strong, though. They hodl for life, bro. Diamond hodlers. ES. All right, what are you doing, ES? Let's see. Pretty nice day. I mean, bulls, this is definitely a better day than I thought they had in them. Nice bounce right here on the 3 hour. Next major resistance is 4,500. I don't really see a reason why we don't go there. All the time frames I like to look at this are good. And like we talked about last week, I mean, when you get this damn candle to the downside or upside, when you get one that cuts through every single EMA in one swoop, definitively too, this one was no joke, that's usually those generally trend that way for a little while. And so we're getting that, and so now we kind of have to just look for this next spot up here at like 45 hundos. So let's zoom in a little bit. Yeah, I mean, nothing wrong with this chart above 44.30 ish. There's just not there. NASDAQ pumping, tech stocks been pumping. Tesla pumped almost already 10% from that vol flash read we were doing last week. It's crazy. That usually takes about a month to happen, but in this clown world market, it's shit. A month? We only need 3 hours. What's up? Same kind of thing though. Looks good. NASDAQ similar to ES, just pumping it up. It is not above the camel hump here though on the Purple Mama MA, so that is a little different, and it's also not making a higher high quite yet over here either, so a little bit different posturing than ES. But it is getting pretty nice follow through. This is a pretty aggressive ass move. I generally don't like super straight up like this. A lot of times they do get thrown back. I mean, this is 5% in 4 days. You know, that ain't no bullshit in traditional markets. So just kind of see how this plays out. All right, very nice. Same thing, cutting through it like butter. Not much follow through today, but it is above the mama, and it looks a little bit better. Check VHI. Okay, yeah. Oh gosh, yeah. Fuel cell still running hard, and you can see this trend line cross too, where this one, the uptrend, and then the downtrend line. I know we broke it, but I keep these on here for these cross references because they usually matter later in price, and right now you're kind of seeing that take effect. So until we kind of close above this 35, like 300-ish area, then I'd probably be looking for another 400 or so points in there, and then we have to reevaluate. Anything back below a 34.8, I'd start to get concerned on that one. Russell did absolutely nothing. It literally closed 0.01% down. That is Armageddon. You should probably sell everything before you jump out of the window. It's over. Oh, nah, this is okay. For bears, I don't like this really. Still nothing by the bulls today. Nothing. Like what? I mean, they tried, rallied right to the short-term EMAs on the low time frames. Rejection. I mean, that's not super cool. As long as it's holding 2240-ish, it's okay. But I really hate this candle. I really do not like this candle right here. It is not a sexy candle. This one right here. Shooting star, off lots of resistance, very well respected, defined trend lines and areas, and also it made it to where it made a lower high again. So, we close it daily above this 2280 area, though. They'll start singing a different tune. This is pretty bullish. Dow Jones Transportation breaking out. I mean, this actually looks pretty damn good, above 15K. So that's actually giving a little bit of points for the bulls. VIX, oddly enough, rallied today with the market rallying. So, but it's kind of chilling on this trend line. So kind of something to watch there too. VVIX hasn't broke below 100, so also something to watch. Oil's just camping out up here at 82, not really doing something, not really doing anything crazy. 3-hour candle's a little ugly, taking out both of these lines, so maybe we do get a little test down to 80 bucks, but ultimately this is an uptrend until this blue trend line is broken for me. Nat gas getting, yeah, we were looking at that last week, kind of looked like a little topping type pattern here. We're getting some follow through, major support at about 480. And then it's got to get back above about 560 for continuation. So it is kind of in a little spot for a bounce, though. But it is getting kind of nasty on the lower time frames, to be fair. Any more daily close or a daily close below this 470 area, I'd be concerned. Bonds kind of chilling. They might be putting an inverted head and shoulders here. We're almost done making it. If it's going to be one, we will see it this week. If not, then scrap that idea. But yeah, kind of interesting right off of this low here. Possible area for some longage on TLT. I kind of missed the boat. I wanted to do that on this day when we got really close. I thought I'd get one more day, but the bull said no, not for you. This looks still pretty good. Rallying up. No problems with TNX. Putting pressure on dim bonds. Dixie not doing shit. Euro not doing shit. DAX just kind of chilling, nothing really to see. Shanghai, it's been a week and a half, just sideways. Gold, I'm surprised, didn't move at all either today, just right on this horizontal. So there's nothing to get from that. Thanks, market. You didn't give me any new info today, so moving on. Same with silver. I guess it did get defended kind of by the pink average here in this candle, this breakout candle. So I guess that's okay, but just not really that great. Platinum kind of sucks, running right up here. Although it's typical to get, rejected on the first attempt to pass a major trend line. And it's still pretty much up here. We got this little kind of trend line going like this. Oh my gosh, we cannot have it that color. That is not okay. It also seems extra thick. Let's get that a little bit more thin. There we go. Looks like we're coming up into an apex, so we'll probably have some pretty good idea on that coming soon. Palladium getting rejected from the bottom of the area. That probably looks the worst in the metals world. GDX, also nothing. And world markets, nothing. So a lot of kind of just flat bullshit. Let's go look at that other one real quick. Then I'm going to sign off here shortly. Got to get ready to go on a little vacay with the kiddo. What is this? Valhai. Valhai. What is this? Chemicals. All right. So it's decently traded. It's not great. Yeah, you can see the candles don't look great. Somehow it has a really big market cap, but not that much volume. I mean, I'm looking at a 10-day average of only 13K. That's really low. So that might be something to be a little bit cautious about. Segment chemicals, titanium stuff. Yeah, I'm not exactly sure. I do like the saucer pattern. I mean, this is pretty textbook. Just kind of getting it up like that. Perfectly drawn saucer right there. You get the idea. But yeah, just coming around like this. So really, I mean, until it breaks that kind of structure of this roundedness, which you could kind of use the 200 EMA right here. I'm sorry, 200 MA. So that's the 200 daily moving average. And as long as it's kind of holding that, it actually does look kind of good. Oh my God, this thing, yeah, this thing is not traded at very much at all. 3 hours confirming these low numbers printed up here on, because I don't always trust these numbers, but I can tell by this candle chart on a 3 hour that this is barely ever traded. I mean, some of these have like almost no volume on them. So if you do play this, I would be very careful. I would not put a lot of money in it because you might get trapped in this one. Might get trapped. Less than 5K, yeah, I'd probably play with that. But yeah, large amounts of money, yeah. But overall, chart-wise, outside of that, it does look pretty good. Saucer pattern. Reset on EMAs. So all the internals and everything look pretty nice as well. What else do you got here? F-Cell. Oh, the moon one. Yeah, we've been talking about this for a whole month probably. Basing out here, it's like, I don't know what's happening. Even back here, we started mentioning it, just kind of like, man, a lot of fuel cells were going sideways and chopping and looking really like someone was accumulating them for some kind of event, news event. And what's been happening? Nuclear and fuel cell is getting love from Japan and crypto space, and it's green energy now. So isn't it funny how the chart will tell you things way before any kind of announcements come out? Mr. Bernucht, show me the charts and I'll tell you the news. Anyway, I think that's a great saying. I try to kind of almost live by that saying just because it keeps me focused on the chart and price action and not caring about any stupid news. Whether it's fundamental or not, whatever, don't care. So you can see this basing out, very nice. I mean, breakout. Is it getting a little frothy? Yeah, a little bit, but man, I mean, this is beast mode, almost 20% today, closing at the top of the range. Let's pull out the cheat code here, volume profile. Let's see what we got. Let's get some Mo data. All right, yeah, so we're coming up on some thin part of the profile here at about $10 roughly. Let's go weekly. Hold on. So that was just the easy peasy way to do it. Let's do it the real way. Yeah, so $10 on the weekly too is also a $10 is it, man. So also a nice round number, and there's also previous instances, lots of support given on that. So $10, we got over $10 on this thing. It probably will run to 11 handle, I would guess, maybe even 12. I think upper 12s is like the extent of this move here. Let's see what this actually works for extensions. 950, $10 is this 618 extension as well from this consolidation. Pretty funny. So 10 is probably in the cards here. I would expect a pretty big pullback from $10 though, if we do see that. And a good way to probably use this, it looks like in previous trends, because everything's a little bit different. It looks like previous trends, the 21 is pretty well respected on the 3 hour, so it can probably just use the EMA 21 and 10. And as long as it's kind of riding up those, it's probably okay. Pretty nice action, though, on that guy. A lot of fuel cells pumping today. Plug. Man, and some of them are like resetting all the way. Oh, look at this one. Blink has not. I don't know if Blink should actually be in fuel cells. I feel like that's wrong. I'm going to have to Yeah, this is like EV charging crap. So that actually probably needs to be moved somewhere else. But anyway, yeah, this one's pumping, although it did dump really hard. So let's get back to break even from its consolidation. Obviously, it's a penny stock, and it's way more crazy. But yeah, fuel cell stuff, getting it in. Also, nuke stuff, just to go on with the theme of all that from these basing patterns. We're getting nice little pumps on some of them. Of course, UUU has restarted its trend right off of the damn mama. So crazy. I did not take this trade. I feel kind of stupid because we were talking about this in the live on the stream. We were like, man, I think someone brought it up. I don't remember who it was. Maybe it was Scott. Oh, well, it doesn't even matter who it was. But they brought it up. We were like, oh, man, if there's going to be a pump, it usually happens off the mama. Bam, right in your face. I hope someone got a little chunk of that one. Lou's putting in kind of a top here, though. I don't like this candle. I would say kind of bearish below 53 now. Yeah, so very nice, very nice. Let's go to blockchain stocks, and then I'm going to sign off. GBDC actually selling off today. That's interesting. Down 4% almost. Wow, okay, well, you know, there is this thing. GBDC did call the fake out pump back here in April and never made a new high from the Feb run. Pretty interesting. I think it also did that back in the day in 2017 as well. We don't have time to do that right now, but maybe I'll remember later. Riot bouncing off these lows. Very nice. Very nice. I like it above about 27 bucks. Looks pretty good. MicroStrategy coming up back to the top of the box. This is a major resistance area. Definitely am not taking longs on a MicroStrategy for me personally. I'd like to see confirmation of the breakout, which would be an open and close above 820. Bit F I do like, and I do have some Bit F. So I do like this one. It was a little bit laggard. This is the green energy miners. So let's get buzzwordy with it because, you know, green is the new green. I don't know what the hell, whatever. Major resistance here at about 586 or so. You can also see that's the mama burr. It's right there at about $6, but about 580s to $6 looks pretty heavy resistance. But man, I do like the chart, how it's building up on the low time frames. On the daily looks great. On the 3 hour looks great. Weekly is also on your side too, so that's nice. Let's see, Coinbase, Jeebus Christ, just rallying hard out this biatch. It actually closed a new high. Highest high it's made in a while. This thing is pretty bullish above 280. So you're getting a little conflicting stuff here. GBDC selling off, Coinbase going up, MicroStrategy, Hut selling off. Marinera running really hard here. Man, yeah, this thing looks good. But then, yeah, Riot's not really. So kind of a mixed bag in all the miners and crypto stocks. So Square will be something interesting, I think, to watch if they really are going to start mining. I mean, this is a pretty neutral pattern up here. Just going sideways for a long time. We can recall Netflix did something similar for a really long time. We can just box this range off real quick. So something like that. And we're right in the middle of it. But, man, if they're really going to start doing that and getting more crypto stuff, it is kind of crazy how many more people keep jumping on board on that. So, oh, Overstock is going to do something big, boys and girls. I brought this up a few weeks ago. I'm glad I just stumbled on it. But look at this shit, guys. Look at this. Apex. At any moment between now and the end of the year, this thing is probably going to go bananas. And it does start, it's starting to imply a little bit to the upside, not all the way there yet. It's a little rough on the edges, but it is starting to imply a little bit of upside. We do have earnings coming up, so that's a big thing towards the end of the month. Maybe once that gets out of the way, the real trend will probably start after that, I would guess. But man, yeah, this I'm really liking this chart right here, how this is forming. There should be a pretty good trade to have off of this here soon. So Overstock, actually, speaking of that, let me go put that on the watch list. So bada bing, bada boom. Final thoughts. Bitcoin. Bitch better have my money. Where my tendies at, ho? All right, just stay above 57,000. You good? You good? I mean, the daily bulls are defending it very, very well so far. So, I mean, and that's kind of far, maybe 57. Even anything below, like, let's go zoom in a little bit. Even anything on the 458 closing below 60K, I'd probably look for testing into the upper 50s, and then we'll have to reassess from there. And then, obviously, anything back above this little wick at 63K, man, probably new highs. Just be careful what I said earlier in the stream. That might come to fruition. But right now, pure price action looks pretty good. Ethereum, not so much. It's kind of actually lagging and is now on a slight downtrend on the low time frames. Daily is okay. The daily is okay, just barely. So a little bit more pressure on there. And on this, anything back below like 700 again probably gets us to like 36 or upper 35s. And then easy peasy, anything back above 3,900, we probably will go test all-time highs up at around, 42, 43K. I'm sorry. Whoa, 43K. That would be a hell of a run. 4,300. My bad. All right, much love. Peace, guys. I'll see y'all soon. Probably not tomorrow. I think I'm gonna be driving on the road mostly tomorrow. Plans got kind of changed. I was supposed to be driving today, but had a couple hiccups. All good. No worries. Yeah, Ethereum, man, it's lagging a little bit, but dudes, closes above this area here. Woohoo! Party time. Will we see just under 5K by the end of the year, or will we see under 3K by the end of the year? I think both of those are pretty much 50-50 at this point. But anyway, much love. I'll see y'all guys soon. Have a wonderful day. Peace.